Good afternoon. It's our usual 3 p.m. and we're here to deliver a special message to business owners who are running tax accounting firms. There's a lot of us out there running the business, and we do taxes and we advise our clients. It is time to face it together. The reason I say that 2025 is very special. Whenever we have the big environment changing, there's a group of people or business will be impacted. In 2008, that meltdown is really related to financial industry. Then you have tech geek people meltdown. Those are related to the IT folks, right? So this time, this is also a meltdown, but it is focused on small businesses and small people. This is the whole movement of cutting off a lot of money that used to come into this group of people, and now it is getting out of it and giving it to somewhere else. So that's why people talk about this one big beautiful bill is switching money. Every bill is about to switch money. You can switch from here, this industry, to another industry to help the economy and to meet the demand of the country's leadership opinion, right? So depends on the leadership. The shifting happens from one place to another. It is very normal. It's very understandable. So with today, we're saying that the money is shifting, but it's shifting from a lower end of the people to the higher end of people. And regardless is right or wrong, we don't even have time to judge that. But I want to translate that into a message to small tax accounting firms business owner. I translate this demand to you because it is time to face it together. Let me explain to you why and how, and then we go from there. So this is our firm. A lot of you probably already know us. That's why you come to this webinar. And we also have regular followers on our YouTube channel, and they watch our YouTube channel to learn. One time, I interviewed the accountant, and she was looking for a job in the accounting industry. So applied our job. I interviewed her, and she said to me that she's actually a shining star in her company because she learned all of the things from this YouTube channel, Community CPA YouTube channel. So she knew what we teach and she learned from what we taught. Then she used it for her company. So she is absolutely a star. So glad to tell you that I actually did not hire her. She is still at that CPA firm working for that business owner, and we are still in contact, and she's still talking about how useful those knowledge are. So these are what we called, it is not about competition, it's about us coming together to learn from each other. So this is our website. You learn about us from our website. This is our YouTube channel I was talking about. The lady was watching everything comes out. You subscribe to our channel and you will get the knowledge. These knowledge are free. They are really meant for you to practice. And we give these knowledge out, we call them do it yourself channel, just because we want to tell you what you need to do, then you do it. And you may ask that, well, Ying, if you tell everybody your secret and what you do, let me tell you, there is no secret, first of all. It is really about the opinion, the experience, and the ability to summarize the existing knowledge into certain packages, right? So there's no secret. But also, when I give you the knowledge, and I actually gone through learning myself, so going through webinar is actually an education process for me. So I learn from what I do, I learn from you. And you will call me, go, Ying, you are wrong, and this is something, and you forgot the form, line 60 and 6 and 7, and that should affect your calculation. That will make me go to study. But of course, I reply to you, tell you that, in this case, it doesn't affect the assumption. So we engage a deeper, meaningful, useful conversation. This is why we are here to approach you. This is our channel, and you come in and you can watch our videos and put in comments, questions. We answer everybody's question. Here is the 2 books I wrote, and you probably already know by knowing me. And I still have 2 more to write. 2 p.m. is how to expand your business. 6 p.m. how to retire from your business or how to repurpose your life. So I haven't really decided on the title. I'm not there yet, even though I'm old enough to retire, but I am not really mentally ready to retire. All right, so no responsibility disclaimer. It is a standard disclaimer to make sure that you really take responsibility for what you learn. All right, it is time to face it together. In USA, accounting industry is at the center of all the changes. Today marks the time that accounting profession is becoming something else. We're no longer transactional. We transformed ourselves to be a place where we guide people to live their life. It is not just about debit and credit. It is about life of the business, life of that business owner. Small tax accounting firms are mostly impacted because the change is very profound. The one big beautiful bill that made everything out of what we knew before. A simple example. And this bill impacts the household. It is not about giving just corporate tax rate, making it permanent, 21%. It is about the household tax return. People who used to get thousands tax refund. By the time you go into 2026 to prepare 2025, you will suddenly realize they don't get anything. It is an impact down to the bottom line of the society. As a small accounting tax outlet, and do you really feel you know everything about this bill already? Do you realize the change? Can you start preparing 2025 tax return in 2026 and knowing what to expect? Probably not. A lot of us are relying on the software, right? We put in the number. Even if we have a thought, the number would verify that for us. What if I tell you that this change is so profound, some of the tax software company would not be able to get it done right? What if I tell you if you rely on the software, you're not gonna make it? You will make a mistake. It is still your mistake, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the challenge we're facing. But you're not alone, right? It is a shared challenge for all of us. But I look at our challenges, as also a shared opportunities for us. So this has triggered me to come here to say something about face it together. There is a famous quote called "Change is inevitable, growth is optional." Means that you can choose to not participate, but you can choose to be a team so we can face it together. And what is our shared opportunity? Let me just explain to you. Learn from each other is a huge opportunity. Share knowledge and share the advices we give to our client. And the day before yesterday, I was in the community event, and this lady came up to me and said that she pays a accounting firm. It's a one-person firm, $100 a month for advices, and all of the advices she get was not right. I say it is not right. I'm not even opinionated. I'm just simply black and white. They were wrong advices. But do I blame that person giving wrong advice? Is $200 a month too much to charge? Absolutely not. It is such a good price for this client. But imagine if that person can give the right advice. Wouldn't that be amazing? She makes money. The client she has pays only $100 a month, and then help the person to grow. So the decision I made was to give that person a call, to give the advisor a call, to ask whether I can help her. Okay, so that is where the shared opportunity comes. How can we actively connect with each other? You will say that, Ying, well, I don't even want you to know my name, but I want to know the knowledge. So what do I do? Here, put your question on our YouTube channel. Others can comment on your question, and I will get back to you. And subscribe to our channel, of course, right? And I want you to monitor this series of webinar called Message to Small Tax and Accounting Firms. The webinars will talk about things that I find you give to me, of course without personal information, but we just want to share that knowledge so we can all speak smartly. Of course it is all free. Your issue is everyone's issue. Do you realize that? Do you realize that every time you have these tough questions, it's so tough, it's like no way you know the answer, you are like, nobody knows the answer. No. Actually, your question is everybody else's question. And there is somewhere, somehow, somebody knows the answer. I don't know all the answer, but I do. I'm so confident someone has a perfect answer. So you lay out the issue and the question, and without any personal information, and then wait for solution to come to you. You only need to allow this YouTube channel platform to, to say it out, so the solution is for everybody. So that's how we learn, right? That's how we share the opportunity. It is a place where we teach each other to do business and share our opportunities. What is here for community CPA? You may say that, well, Ying, tell me what is here for you. And many accountants and preparers are already on our YouTube channel. Like I said, they are already on it. It is a free channel. And our channel is literally made for doing it yourself. The channel started on March of 2020. That's how long ago we had the channel. And that time was a pandemic time just kicked in. Nobody wanted to see anybody. And so we just put out all the governmental requirement, all the, the PPP and the ERC, whatever the government was saying to do, we literally lay it out, teach people how to do that themselves. So that's the spirit of the channel. That is the purpose of the channel. So you just need to come in and subscribe to our channel and have it for you. And we actually, this particular approach we come out is recommended, suggested by a tax preparer in New Jersey. And he always tell me that he listened to our webinars and he used it to do his work, to lift each other up, right? And to lift our community up. And if you are Hispanic speaking preparer, and you know what I mean by lift your community up, right? If we collectively care about our clients, if we care about our clients, we want to be the best of what we can be, know the most of what we should know. At Community CPA, we focused on helping community in need. You and I know who they are. The rest is not important, just to find a way to help these people, our community members, your clients, my clients. That is our focus. It is all for our client. It is not for community CPA. So with that said, I know you're with me and you understand what I'm trying to do. So I have a couple of urgent tasks in 2025 for small accounting tax firms owners, business owners. These are urgent tasks you need to do. Number one, IT Social Security number. The OBBB Act, which I call it OBBB because it's too awkward for me to do the abbreviations. But if you speak it out loud, I feel like I'm speaking Chinglish. It's not even proper English, and I think the federal government suddenly loved Chinglish, so they call it one big, beautiful bill. Come on, it's like kindergarten language. But let's just call it OBBB, right? The OBBB made it clear that IT number are not going to get tax benefit that are designed for Social Security number holders. So that is the spirit of that whole act. Knowing that, let me just give you an example. The American Learning Opportunity and the Lifetime Learning Credit, you know that credit, right? And if you go to university, you got those 1098T, and regardless you got Social Security number, IT number, the provision give you tax credit, reverse your taxes that you paid. So that is going away. So the new provision add requirements for the student and the taxpayer. If filing on behalf of the student, which means if mom and dad and the student must include their Social Security number on the tax return. What does that mean? That means if you don't have a Social Security number, IT number doesn't work. Your student may be getting money last year, 2025, it won't see it. The similar restrictions are on child tax credit, child care tax credit, and earned income tax credit, and everything related to IT is shutting down. So, what do small firms need to do? So what's the point? Okay, Ying, so what happened? I cannot do anything. It is already this way, and I have a lot of clients with IT number. Now I guess my business is not going to be good. No, don't take that approach. Okay? So what we want you to do right now, that's why it's 2025 urgent matter. We want you to set expectations for your clients before the end of 2025. Start talking about it. Work a communication method. I don't know, do you do text or you do email? Or maybe you have little barbecue parties with your clients, or what do you do? And talk about it. Tell them this is the case. Tell them it's coming. Set expectations so when they come to do taxes, they're not going to be sitting there upset with you because they lost all their credit, all their refund, right? Set expectation, you need to do that now. And then start looking for tax software that could timely putting in these changes. And call your tax software. Ask them their timeline. Ask them about IT number, Social Security number, what kind of thing they're gonna do. It is really important for you, kiddo. You're not. I'm old enough to call you kiddo, but it is important. Your tax software will be the gatekeeper for you. But unfortunately, we knew a lot of tax software, they are not developed really well. Then they don't catch you. You put in a Social Security number that shouldn't calculate child tax credit. The system wasn't really designed properly, then it actually won't calculate. Or you had IT number before, now the person got Social Security number. When you replace that Social Security number there, the system is still stuck. It would not calculate for you. So all of these things, we're talking about computer, right? But those are something much more closer to you than ever. You need to care about your tax software people. Who are they? And if you are not having a good one, and if they are delaying their development, if they tell you that, with this big bill and we have to wait until March to release our tax software, then you're in real trouble. Then change your tax software. Okay? So that is number one. IT and Social Security number fiascos, and it's really serious. It is really profound. the federal government will save a lot of money by not giving out these credit to low-income people and also people with kids that has an IT number. You know, all the DACA kids, right? All the kids who brought into U.S. without status and they have IT number, now these kids are expenses on the parents, right? So those are the things you need to set expectation for your client. I know when you run a small outlet, a lot of your clients are those clients. I understand. So it is more important. It is more important to you than to the other CPA firm who doesn't deal with that kind of, taxpayers as their regular business. So just be aware what's coming to you. On our YouTube channel, these are videos related to these type of IT information. We have a Spanish version of the same talk as well. So you search our videos and you will find these informations which will help you to understand or explain to your client, and also with IT number, and expand your thinking of what you can do with IT, finding solutions for your needed client. Number 2, important for 2025, asset protection and deportation. If you know your client or your client's client or your client's relative got deported, if you know that happened, don't that feel close to home? That feel close to home, isn't it? You feel like it's happening around you. Yeah, I have clients who got deported. Yeah, I have clients who got immigration raids. So I understand and how that works. And I experienced it with them. So I'm talking situations. I am not conspiracy theories here, and this is a real situation, right? The OBBB Act allocated more funds and resources to immigration, ICE raid, immigration raid, so the deportation is in full bloom. It's not reduced. And they're getting so much more money to do it 10 times more than what you have today. Alligator, Alcatraz, heard of that? That jail is made for these people who are illegally coming into U.S. It takes $645 million to build. It takes $450 million per year to maintain. All right? It's a beautiful thing. It's very beautiful, So with that, you understand there are people needing to figure out what happened to their asset when they're deported. As our client advisor, you are, and you want to provide them with ideas to protect their existing asset. Maybe transfer existing asset. And if they already got deported, you need to figure out how to get that done remotely. And if they are going to self-deport, we have people who are self-deport because they couldn't take the pressure, so they're leaving. But if they are self-deport, you know what to do, and you can work out a plan. And if you want to know what asset protection, deportation, how that works out, you check our YouTube channel again. We already put out videos for folks. Use it to practice with your client. Advise your client. It is free. And you look at our video and you know what to do. You may even have even better ideas. Then make sure you contribute, right? So we learn together. So this is the video, and asset protection strategies for immigrant, a CPA perspective on safeguarding U.S. wealth. Very specific. So that's for you. Number 3, reconsider 2025 payroll. Yeah, you're doing payroll for your clients, right? You're already running a 7 month. But with this bill that coming to law July 4th, a lot of things you need to go back to January the 1st. Review your I-9 and W-4 with your clients for each of their employee. Be aware of the current immigration rate, because when they come, they ask for that. You know, our YouTube channel also have videos called Immigration Rates and Small Business Things to Know. Okay, so I want you to watch our videos, understand how the rate is conducted, and know how important that is to get I-9W4 filled out correctly. So right now is time. You're not being rated yet, so you go to get I-9 done right if it is done wrong, right? Reset payroll items. You know what I'm talking about. You know, on the payroll, you have salaries and wages and stuff, and if you got a restaurant owner, they're paying salary on all their kitchen worker, that is wrong. Reset the payroll items to reflect the proper classification, the proper pay type. They should be paid overtime. So you want to reflect overtime, you want to reflect tips. Some of the business owner will say to you that I already calculated. The overtime is there. They work 45 hours a week, so 5 hours overtime is included in the salary, and that's why the salary is $4,500. That's okay. Go back and change that to hourly, reflect 5 hours overtime. You still come up with $4,500, right? So those are the things you need to do. And you need to adjust it, look at the tips to get your employee ready to take advantage of free tax, free income tax, free federal income tax at the time when they file 2025 return. Of course, right now, we have not seen anything to say whether the overtime free tax and the tips free tax is only applied to Social Security number, not to IT number. That is not set yet, but I am so sure it will have interpretation, implementation, regulation come out to cover that aspect. So generally speaking, IT holder would not qualify for these free income tax measure. Even though right now there is no such a thing yet on the law itself, but this is my prediction. But in any case, I want you to reconsider your 2025 payroll for your client. Do it right. State regulation also changes because federal making changes. So you want to make sure that you verify, make sure your state, you are in compliance with your state payroll requirement. Some of the state put in the sick leave mandate. Some of the state put in the retirement mandate. The employer, the business owner, your clients are required to withhold, to make that happen, to give that to the employee. Just make sure those state requirement is as important as the federal. Because if you got in trouble with the state, it can elevate it to federal. If you got trouble related to federal government, it will definitely come to the state because the system are connected. They have this referral program they call, so they refer problem clients to each other. And that's why when a client get audited by DOL, the next thing you know, they get rated by immigration. Then the other thing you know that IRS is coming, then the state is coming, and these people were like just beat up by different government, agencies. We don't want our small business owner to be beat up. And they have so much to struggle already. And we want them to run a business and eventless. We want them to just do their business, support their family, and create enjoyment for the community. So as much as we can help them stay away from trouble, and the economy in that little place will be settled, will be peaceful. So that is why you have these urgent tasks. This is the slide. This is the YouTube channel videos that we have related to what I was talking about. Embracing for more immigration rates, small business survival tips. So we talk about what to do, right? And a case study. Lowe's Fresno Bakery in South Texas. I have a case study for you. You can look at a real client and see what happened to them, what to do for yours. I have Hispanic Samo, the gentleman you see on that picture. He's one of our partner and he speaks Spanish. So he actually does the webinar in Spanish. So that's why I'm showing you this. And more, hiring employee for restaurants, And what business owner should know? Learn that. Then give to your business owner. Make them do it right, folks. So important, right? So audit and the compliance requirement for small businesses, that was one of mine. So, we try to spell it out. I know that, some business owner they think if they can do things, not right, they save more taxes, they save more money. They think. Only when they get audited, only when they're in trouble, they wish they had never taken the shortcut. So in our profession, what we really need to do is to educate our client because they really trust us. If we tell them don't do that, you're going to be audited. When you get audited, not many people can save you. Yeah, you don't go to jail, but what about $500,000 debt to government? Does that make you happy? If not, let's not do anything. That is not right. Can you survive by doing everything correctly? The answer is a big, fat yes. Yes, you can survive. You can thrive. And your client can pay you more fees if they do everything right. Number 4, shift to advisory and the planning services right now. Right now. This is what I am giving you the tips for success. If you consider community CPA is successful, here I'm giving you what I do. All right? Triple B is changing the world of small businesses. New provision like the tips deduction, startup expansion, and bonus depreciation, all of these things, those are advisory tips. You can talk about it. You can tell them, oh, even though you don't have this credit anymore, but you can make it on the business side, and you have bigger deduction. Offset your income anyway. And you don't even need the tax credit to be okay. All right? Clients no longer want just tax preparation. They want meaningful strategy. How do I transfer my shares to my daughter? I have 18. My daughter was born here, so she's a U.S. citizen. Should I switch to C Corp? Can I pay myself a salary? Does it make any sense to pay myself a salary? I have 18. Those are meaningful questions coming from your client today, and you want to answer that. You find these answers in our videos, or you post these questions, we answer. Small firms can easily move from transactional to transformational support. That's why it is urgent. Just do it. You can do it because you've got so much knowledge. You know so many clients and you know so many stories. You can pick the successful one and making that into a template and have the other businesses, similar businesses, to follow. Number 5, client expect tech-enabled fast response. In 2025, build your IT infrastructure because client has less patience than ever. They expected secure document upload. They want real-time update. They want on-demand consultations. These are clients. You know why they're that way? If your client drinks Starbucks coffee and they actually, before they put in the order, they already know 5 minutes or 7 minutes later the coffee will be ready and it will show on their phone says, your coffee is made, come over to get it. So these are everyday life, are raising expectations. I know it is not tax preparation, I know it's not accounting service, but these expectations just like water in the river. One little thing raises a little, so the life experience teaches the client, they can do this with you. If you don't do it as a small outlet, you say, well, I don't have money, I cannot do it. If you don't do it, you will be obsolete. you'll go away. We want you to stay in business for a generation to come, right? So you need to embrace that. You may say that, well, I don't know how to get this done. I don't have anybody knows anything. Our firm come from where you were. And we were top 10 CPA firm with advanced technology. And we have experience to share with you. Go into our YouTube channel. Check out Derek. Check out Derek at our firm. He's one of the partners. And you can go to appointment page and set appointment with him. And he knows everything about how a CPA firm should structured IT-wise to serve client. From data security all the way to prompt, easy communication with client. Okay? You need that. Business as usual is gone. Client want clarity, automation strategy. Who is going to do bookkeeping, accounting anymore? Don't you know that the QuickBook actually does most of the job already for them if they download transaction? They don't need that. AI is helping, but they need other things, just like when they get a cup of coffee from Starbucks. That's what they need. The last but not least for today, community-centered practice. I want to say that it is very easy to practice loneliness. You know, we are CPA firm, we are a small accounting firm. You know, our nature is secrecy, right? We don't talk about our client, we keep everybody secret, and if you ask whether this is my client, my lips sealed. I don't know, I don't say, don't ask me, right? That is our DNA. But that should not prevent you from getting into the neighbors, getting into immigrants, getting into small business owners. And they are struggling. Your struggle equals to their struggle. Their struggle is your struggle. You want to collaborate with local nonprofit. You want to collaborate with cultural partners and other local, practitioners like other CPA firms, other small firms. And take away the competition. There is no competition. Your client is always yours because you provide that amazing service. They're only leaving you or they go somewhere else is because all of these 1 to 5 stuff we talked about you didn't do. But if you do them, they don't leave you. In our industry, loyalty is easy to gain because by default, they have to tell you everything about their household. They have to show you how much money they make, which is such a secret normally, right? Even doctors may not get into that much information like little accountant like us. We literally know everything, right? And with that, they trust us. They trust you. And you don't need to fight that. But I want you to learn, to get into the community and build that goodwill at this difficult time. Position your firm as a community solution hub, not just a service provider. This is a shared opportunity for us, don't you think? Summary. If you run a small tax or accounting firm, this message is for you. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act just changed the game, and it is time we face it together. Subscribe to Community CPA YouTube channel. Share, learn, improve your practice. It is free. All right? And on our website, you'll see our partners and select any one of us. Did you notice on the IT side, did you see Derek? And did you see Dan? And he is in the business consultation area. And you, of course, see me. I'm the managing partner and the CEO for Community CPA. And Song, speak Spanish, okay? And Dr. Hall specialized in governmental audit, governmental rule regulation interpretation, and we rely on his brain. And he was a math professor, math full professor at Iowa State University. So big shot. And he is our firm partner. Then of course, Quan, payroll. You have payroll question? You don't know what to do with your clients' payroll because all of them are non-documented? Hey, engage a call with Quan. Ask questions. Or post your question on YouTube channel. We help you. Last, this is our website. Email Catherine for webinars if you have any recommendations. If you say, well, Ying, we don't want you to talk anything anymore, and then write to Catherine, tell her that I should not talk anything anymore. Because Catherine is the one organizing all of these webinars, right? Our phone number is 515-288-3188. 8 is a good number. So when we are trying to get a number for the firm 28 years ago, and I was pleading in the phone with the provider, at that time was something start with a U, but I was telling them, give me a number with a lot of 8, so that's what he gave me. All right, and the firm, we open 6 days a week, 8:30 to 5:30, every day, other than Sunday, okay, day to go to church, so don't waste your Sunday. All right, that's all we have. I will see you again.